Hello and welcome to another night of Office Hours with Sticks Intern. We got Skiller out here, and I think maybe just Skiller. So thank you for showing up. Oh, excellent. Yeah, Lo-Fi Symphony of Beethoven's Fifth. Perfect. Love that. I hope it's, that's what I'm generally going for. Intern, wash hands. Whoa, dude, do I need to wash my hands? What are you saying? What are you saying? I don't even know what meme that's supposed to be. If that's supposed to be an emoji or something. But anywho, good to see you all. And yeah, happy you're all here. I got something really exciting lined up for tonight. It's no agenda session once again. So if anyone is on the chat right now and you want the link to the StreamYard, just shoot me a DM. I'll keep Twitter and Discord open here on the side so that I can hopefully see them. But yeah, I'd be willing to have someone else up here. So if anyone wants to, just let me know. But until then, I have another even more exciting thing planned, which is a share screen here. And oh yes, thank you. Don't show me these tips again. That's wonderful. I want you to see the DeFi Kingdoms, baby. DeFi Kingdoms, baby. All right. So I just decided I'm just gonna buy the cheapest rare Paladin and rare Dark Knight. And then I'm gonna pitify them. I'm just gonna toss them right on in there just to start the show off right. That's my plan. And if the transactions go through, it'll be a good plan. So I hope everyone likes that plan because that's what we're doing. We're just gonna start it off by burning some rares because I think rare floor is pretty great. Oh, I don't have any tiers on this account. It's all right, I'll buy them. Best laid plans of bloaters and men. Am I right? Am I right? Totally right. They all fail. That's what I hear. Recently, I've been taking up a strong opinion on active abilities because, that's our question from Sticks tonight is are my active abilities on my heroes going to be worth it? And I have a take that I think is contrary to what most in the ecosystem may think, which is generally no. I think actives are going to be very situational per hero and class, and per meta, even on a month-to-month basis. That as far as what is considered the best active abilities for any given class. And I think if one class were at such a point that the devs had to use active ability, it felt to the players like an active ability was needed to make the hero even good. That's that kind of just shows that something is missing from that hero's skill codex, their ability kit. And so if it did get to that point, I think that would be a sign to the devs that, something maybe was broken about the hero, or maybe the active ability would be something that I could also see a numbers situation where they just have too high of a percent, or the stun lasts for too long or something like that. I could see them breaking it in such a way that they become overpowered in that sense. But generally, I think it's tough. It's so impossible to speculate on what active abilities are going to be good on what heroes without having to play the game. Whereas passives are easy. There's not a situation where Second Life is going to be bad. There's not a situation where Last Stand is going to be bad for you. For those ones, it's just is it going to be the best thing you can get, right? It's not that any of those are going to be bad. All the passives are going to be great, in my opinion. All right, so I've got my tiers now. So that's out the way. I did this on a separate wallet just so I wouldn't have to scroll through all my other heroes when I did it. I thought that was pretty smart at the time. Burn to confirm. Oh, I don't have enough crystal in my wallet. Pfft, dude. Rookie amateur hour off by 10 on the math. It's all right. We'll get there soon, family. We'll get there soon. I'll catch up. Burning Collies hurts my soul. Do it. Preach, my man. All right, good. Well, I don't seem to have angered anyone with that rant. So if there are any viewers watching this later who are not here for the live stream, go ahead and leave a comment if I've made you angry with my rant on active abilities, or if you have a hot take in response. There's one thing I love more than changing my mind, and that's breathing air. So if you can change my mind, you'll make me a happy camper. I like doing it. All right, so the third time's a charm, right? That's how things go in my life. We have, I think, the crystal now. We have the power. We're going to begin this dark summon. So this is just me doing my, diligence to help with the, the hero inflation problem that some in the community may perceive exists. Although I don't think it's anyone who really is super active in areas where I'm super active, like Twitter, maybe on Discord more so. They see that. I'm curious why, I wonder who is saying that it was a need to bring it up, the hero inflation. To me, I think 600,000 heroes, if we get active players up to 10K, I don't know. It's going to get real tight real quick, I feel, even with what seems like a lot now. Because it's think of how many jobbers you all have and want, and people are going to want jobbers if they come and actually get into the game, because we will be commanding our legions, controlling our legacy. Shout out to Sir Starbuck whenever he watches this stream. Stutter Sir Starbuck, as I said. He is the man. He sent me some clips of him dropping the DFK slogan in one of his dark, or not just one, but 19 different versions of his dark Batman voice. And it's just I'm at a playground with all of that, because it's so fun playing around with that voice in my DAW, as they're called, digital audio workstation or workspace. I can't remember what follows work there. I think it's station. Might be space. Mythic vibes, baby. Let's see this big spear dragoon. Oh, we got a thief. All right, and welcome to today's daily rug. That was the longest intro daily rug I've yet recorded, but here we are. Oh, wow, nice. I got that mythic vibes, though. I don't have a mythic thief yet. So, all right, rare floor coming in clutch, making what looked like a rug appear not to be a rug after all. Still a gardener, though. So as Styx would say, kind of ruggy, not gonna lie. Headstrong Chatterbox, that's half of its passive abilities, practically useless. Love it. And, in the recessives, we had that paladin right there just hiding. That's what switched out. All right. Not bad, though. And look at, as Starbucks says, don't be that guy. That guy he's talking about, that guy is Styx entered, no stone used. But hey, this isn't a bad haul. So is this for tonight's giveaway? Yeah, I mean, Skiller, if you want to come up here and fill all 5 of the names of everybody who's put in the chat in the wheel, jump up. Let me check my DMs. Oh, there's Wowie. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. I'll tangent for days if you need it. Oh, man, I don't know if I was supposed to read that out loud, but I did. All right, wait. This is my first time. How do I invite? There it is. All right. Sorry, wow, it took me so long to get that summon set up that I'd forgotten that I would put out request out for DM. So I'm glad you are jumping in here. Sup, dude? Sup, Dags? 15K crystal sale easy. Yeah, I wish. But it probably is a pretty nice come up. I think I spent what? I don't know. I can go back and watch and figure it out. It'll be on the screen. 250-ish, maybe a little more. And then just pulled a little mythic out of it. So that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I like 6 out of 9 rug wood summon. I like that a lot from Zabu. Oh, I add to stream. All right. We now have Yo, how's it going? It's good to have you on,
man. It's good to be here. Oh my god, look at this mythic.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's got me going back and forth. Was it a rug? It was a downgrade from what you burned, but then we got the rarity, but then we got the gardening, but then we got the recessive.
Yeah. So I think I think someone's gonna like this in the pit. So I think I am just gonna list it at some point once I finish this stream, because with the recessive pally, mythic kind of floor, maybe they throw it on with the common paladin that they have going for something like that. A little extra chance to get the pally if the recessive comes through.
Oh, 100%. This thing's worth some cheese money.
Yeah, let's just go take a peek. Let's go take a peek at the tavern. Here we go. So buy heroes. If I wanted to buy, it's any class. Screw it. Mythic. Bam. We got the slow roll. We got the slow roll. So yeah, that's definitely a come up. Even if I just like undercut this dude by 100.
Hell yeah, man!
Wow, nice. So where's the ROI guys? I ruined it.
Is this the season finale of the rug porn series?
Oh man, it might be the season finale. That's kind of like the most ruggy of all. Is like, is it a rug or not? You know, it leaves you wondering. It's rug your certainty. So Wowie, what do you think about my my active abilities comments?
I think you're completely dead on. Like, active abilities are like, they're going to be important, right? They're gonna be something to utilize situationally, like you said. I mean, can it turn the tide of battle? Yes, sometimes. I mean, if you have a very well placed blinding winds, yeah, and like blinding has to be cleansed, period. I think that's a really powerful active because it persists. But I mean, we got things like stun, right? Like, that's the ultimate answer to literally anything. Sorry if you can hear my dog throwing around his treat there. But I mean, you've got stun, that's like an active answer to literally anything, and then you've got I mean, things that I'm not super up on, right? Like daze, I know that's going to get reworked eventually, but I mean, for the most part right now, the only thing I can speculate with that is like it's going to interrupt and give them a slow. And it's like, I don't know if I want that only once within my 50 to 70 turn battle.
Yeah. No, I 100% get that. See, I think stun is going to be the most future proof, just because on almost any hero, it's good to slot in an extra interrupt.
Yeah, right? 100%.
So I think that'll just be always like a little value add in the market, having a stun. But other than that, the other ones, I think it's going to just swing wildly as people's opinions change.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So, like, I mean, that's why I'm a huge fan of cleanse, right? Because that is a counter setup, right? That's specifically a situation where, like, I want to stop their setup, right? Or just like break up their setup. So that helps you the entire rest of the game, right? But I mean, stun helps you right there in the moment to make something decisive happen. I mean, they're both super good, but I mean, something along the lines of like Iron Skin, I feel like I'm going to want something a little bit more hefty than that, especially if I can get, a Knight subclass and just blow that out of the water. Oh, I think you're muted, bud. Oh, no, did we lose you? Wait, is it just me? We got some technical difficulties going on. I'm thinking, all right, here's my guess. Here's my speculation. Your onboard software condenser or mixer crashed.
No, even worse. So my Yeti microphone took a bit of a tumble when I spun my chair around and the arm hit it the other day. And ever since then, the wire's been loose. And the wire just came out. It's hard for me to tell because it still shows like it's plugged in, but the computer just can't see it all of a sudden. So that's what happened there. I was worried it would happen during the stream, and of course it did. I should have just gone with my freaking weak webcam mic from the beginning. But c'est la vie. Here we are. Grady muted me again. Oh my God. Wait, that might be the funniest comment of them all. Thank you, Skiller, for that one. That's fun. So I will say that my antics on the screen during Grady's stream while I was muted were only like 20% an act. I was really, really just yelling into the microphone because there was no one in my apartment to like be upset about it. So I will have that know that have you all know that was all pure, real emotion on my face. Oh no, it's him, Sir Starbuck. Okay, see, I like Double Toxic, but so what do you Starbuck, my feeling on Double Toxic is I love it on heroes with AoE, even just a little bit. But that doesn't mean I love it on every hero, right? And especially because some of these builds are going to be like, do you pick the AoE build or do you pick the single target build? And there are going to be points in time where the AoE build is stronger and that double toxic is going to be crazy valuable. And then there are going to be points in time where that's considered the off meta build and people kind of laugh at it. So I think that's interesting. I think that's what, I mean, on that point, that could make playing the market on these heroes really fun. Like sell when they're in meta, buy when they're out of meta kind of gameplay, I think could be the ROI. The meta market, the ROI fiend's dream, right? Because there's nothing more like predictably shifting than a video game meta, I feel like, because it's broken, so it's like it's gonna get changed, kind of thing. So that's the only reason I say it's predictable.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you on that one. Like double toxic, double stun. I mean, come on, who wouldn't want that? I would want that. Where wouldn't I want that? Right? Like, what's your worst case scenario with a double stun, double toxic? And to me, I would say maybe a priest.
Ooh, yeah, probably. Like something where you're actually never going to be attacking, right? So you never even get the single target value out of toxic.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're right there. That makes sense. But, thanks to this summoning game, the summoning game is so fun. I love how Starbuck was taking heroes, just trying to make anything with double toxic and then passing it from there onto the things he wanted. I think that's a really good hero design strategy that people should generally adopt because, it does make a big difference. Instead of if you're going for a pass on instead of a mutation, it's like 20% extra if you just have if you have the ability to try to pass it on versus trying to mutate at the first level even. So just well done there. And as you get up to Transcendence and Elites, the passing it on is just such the delta versus mutating chances is so high. And I recently heard Matty Pesk I think it was in a Filthy McNasty stream a few weeks ago, say that when he's going for his ultimate hero, he's going to be burning a Sage and burning a Dragoon because he doesn't care and he just wants the best possible thing. And I was listening to that. I'm like, no, Matty, you're not getting it. You got to burn Dread Knights if you want the Dread Knight, right? Because it's not like you're going for the mutation. You're going for the pass-through.
Right. I can't do dark summoning, man. Like I can't even sell my heroes, let alone like burn them. I'm terrified of that.
Well, so no, I have that same feeling. I actually hardly ever dark summon any of my heroes. All of my dark summoning is a lot like what you just witnessed, where I will go to the tavern and buy 2 new heroes just to dark summon them because I have such a hard time letting go of my own heroes that I've raised up. And another reason for that is that I really only want to be dark summoning with level 1s if possible at right now at least, because I think that when combat is first released and when we have our first iteration of PvP, levels are gonna whatever the word is, exponential curve upwards in community importance. Because right now it's I get a couple extra items when I'm questing. Not a big deal. I'd rather have a bunch of level 1s than maybe even one level 10. But once there is content that's gated by levels, and that's where the people are getting the new items that are selling for the most from, that's where they're getting the stuff, the fresh content, the value of levels is going to skyrocket. And so I don't like to burn even a really bad hero that I've leveled up even just a little bit, because I think especially right now in the game's history, when we've all been waiting. We anticipate there's going to be an influx of demand. And where's that demand going to come? It's going to come for the new features, which are at the ones that require your heroes to be leveled. And so I just think that demand spike is going to be crazy. And I want to have the heroes ready, for the new players to enjoy.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fantastic. I mean, if you're thinking down the road long term as well, hero wise, the only thing I can imagine being up there in crazy value with a Gen 0 or a really high rarity advanced plus class is going to be a basic class 10 out of 10 level 100 to summon with.
Yeah, that is going to be very rare. So do you think it's worth it to make advanced class 5 of 5s and just keep them pristine level for one day at hitting the 100 mark?
Oh yeah, those things at level 1. I mean, we're already experiencing it. What it's going to be like at low level, but I mean, think about the tier bonuses you get at level 100. Right, it's 20 flat stats and then 20% stats just scattered across. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. As soon as everyone can get to level 100. everyone's going to be summoning at level 100. Anything underneath a level 100 summon is going to be considered non-optimal.
I 100% agree with that. That was like a pretty immediately apparent to me the moment I read how Gen Zeros worked and how the summoning portal works with the tiers. Because if you can get that extra percent, you really stack it without even using a stone and then use a stone, you're looking at having multiple stats that have 100% chance to hit on their primary every single time. And a really high secondary percent chance. Like maybe that's something you could maybe have happen. Say you line up the tiers on both of your heroes for that bonus to be one thing that goes to 100, then use a greater stone for the other thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I really think.
I think the really cool thing about this stuff too is like you're capped at your primary roll at 100. I think we're going to see means of getting not only just one stat to 100, but multiple stats to 100% chance on your primary, maybe even secondary rolls when we get down that far.
Ooh. Are you talking about the Omega Stone? The lesser Omega Stones?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm glad you caught that yesterday because nobody even knew what I was talking about.
No, I got it. I got it. Because right now we're just looking at tier 0, right? So we're going to get the lessers. Yeah, no, I followed. I've played games before. Have you played video games before, Wowie?
I've been known to dabble.
Yeah. I feel like some in the community, I'm not going to name any names because there's far too many to name. But I feel like some people it surprises me sometimes. You talk about basic video game concepts and they're like, whoa, that's alpha. And I'm like, wait, hold up.
Yeah, that's just how games work.
Yeah, no, but it's cool though. I mean, in a way it's interesting because it does give, gamers alpha. So maybe we can find a way to market that to gamers. Like, hey, come take money from crypto bros. They don't know how to read game talks.
Yeah, 100%. That's honestly how I've been talking to my friends because every time I tell them about oh yeah, I'm into this I'm into this DeFi game. They're like, what is that? And I'm like, it's a crypto game. It's like, is that the NFTs thing? I was like, yes, but yes, but it's not what you think. It's not the scammy thing. It's not the scammy ones. This is actually something else with utility.
Yeah. Well, I've actually found that the slow and persistent, kind of doing it around my video game friends on my phone and stuff, but then just never bringing it up and always forcing them to ask me what I'm doing over there. And oh, you don't want to hear about it. It's crypto stuff. You don't want to hear about it. But being very engaged with it, that has worked.
Psychology.
Well, I figured it was perfect for bear market, right? Because I don't really want to get them too hyped on something with I mean, right now I would love to get them in, but I've tried to get them in already. So that plan has failed. Now I'm playing the long game of slow psychology shift. And one of them, he's coming around. He's like, should I get into this? What do you do exactly? And I'm like, you know what, man? I'll get you set up with 6 heroes from the jobber fleet, then we'll get you started. We'll explain everything.
It's perfect. You got to get it. What do we got to do? We got to create onboard my buddy care package.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've thought this through. There needs to be a starter pack, right?
Yeah.
But they can't just. I mean, this might tie into the whole. Let us. I mean, I don't really see because it seems like that's too small. But I was thinking about the should we have a game? Should we be able to mint 8 new Gen Zeros or whatever it was to the marketing wallet for giveaways and stuff?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a kind of trying to address the problem, but I don't think it really does because I don't think 8 Gen Zeros gives you what you'd really need for a starter pack. You need the ability to just come in and buy a set of heroes.
Unless they're thinking about summoning, getting the 10 of 10s, and then
just summoning max.
Yeah, so just a ton of stuff out of it.
Yeah.
And just get a gigantic army. There's yeah, we'll give you a care package. Here's 10 heroes to get you set up. Maybe a legendary in there. This guy's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's what I would do. I would like doing that. Yeah. But I just feel what heroes do you give out in a starter pack? This game actually has the most non-fungible NFTs on the market. It's crazy. I look at any other PFP set, right? It's all right, that is very clearly that. And yes, you get that with DFK, but once you actually delve into the genetics and the market, there are so many different ways people can assign value to these things. And there's so many different ways in which they're very slightly different. And it's just so much more fun, I think. There are 600,000 heroes, and I feel there is very clearly a very fungible floor of but of like the common heroes that are just used for questing. But even then, it's like foragers are sometimes more valuable. Miners used to be the most valuable. That's why we have so many of them in the game, even though now they're like bottom tier considered, kind of, right?
Well, I think
mean,
they're going
them
to be bottom tier
regardless.
until like the power tokens go way back up in price. Like
Oh,
if we get
100%.
like a $5 jade, like it's going to be miners central.
Oh, I totally agree with you that the miners are heavily influenced by the value of the power token, right? 100%. So, what do you think about these pet food treats? I thought we might have a patch like ready just right when I went live. Not even gonna lie to you.
I kind of felt the exact same. I was like, all right, I'm going to go on the Sticks Intern stream for a minute. I'm going to get my pet treat on, but they haven't brought it out
Yeah,
yet. I mean,
right.
I'm pretty excited. I'm probably going to wait to see if it actually works because I mean, I'm not new to untested patch season.
Right. I mean,
Some things
you've
may
played
be
games
going
before.
wrong here or there. I don't want to be the guinea pig, pun intended.
Hey, watch it. No, I use that pun all the time. It's so much funnier when you own guinea pigs. People love it. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm like kind of the opposite though. I agree with everything you said, but I arrive at the conclusion that, well, I'm just gonna go in there and test it anyway because why not? And I'm not like, it's not like I'm gonna go in there and like throw all. It's just treat making is what I would expect. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw away items that I'm just vendor trashing for the most part anyway. So like, what's the
Yeah,
loss to me?
the thing I'm actually kind of scared of is equipping the pets and then
Oh,
attempting to
okay.
bridge a hero with an equipped pet. That I'm like, I feel like something to disappear or get stuck or have some issues. I think I might wait a couple days, maybe a week before I equip a pet.
All right, I really really do like that clarification there. Yeah, now that you've said that, I agree. I was thinking of just like making the treats, but no, I'm definitely
Crafting, I'll
not
do
going
that
to
all
be.
day.
I'm not going to be bridging any heroes with equipped pets certainly for a while. And might not bridge any heroes either. But sometimes I just tell the bot what to do, and I forget that I tell it to do that. So if something happens, c'est la vie, as they
Yeah,
say.
right.
Let's check out here. I can share this screen again. It's my favorite screen to share because it blows my mind how frequently or how infrequently people check it out. But here we got the Giga Patch Hero's Best Friend checklist. Much has been added. We have 2 updates as of today.
Oh my god, there's so many updates within the last week.
I know. Here, I can increase this magnification. That's much better. Yeah. So we got the bridging updates testing completed, and then the duels testing completed. So interesting. Adding Duel Season 4 as a Hero's Best Friend release item. That's something they did yesterday. Okay. Bridging updates. So yesterday and today they've been really busy, guys. Bridging updates deployed to testnet, adding Duel Season 4. So they've added a row up top. We'll check that out in a second. Pet feeding testing, pet equipping testing complete, pet feeding power-up testing complete. So all the things that I noted in my Twitter post yesterday that had been moved to ready are now complete. I'm going to zoom out a little bit to make this a little manageable.
You think they're just going to be like, welcome to the AMA, everybody. Let's make some treats, and it's live right now.
I could see that. I don't know. Here, so where's Duel Season 4? Wow, they added it and just got it to ready. What ballers. So do you think this is where obviously equipping a pet's going to come in, right? It's got to.
Oh, 100%. And with duels, I do not feel like any kind of leery whatsoever because I believe the way duels works is it just basically takes like a copy of whatever your NFT's information is and then builds out the API out of that.
Okay, wait. I'm going to need that one more time.
I may have said it wrong.
No. It was just you used some words that I know, but like not well. So I don't know if I followed their interaction.
So with duels, I believe the way they work is they take like it's almost like a copy paste, right? Where like they have an engine and it fills out based off the information of the NFT. So you're not really risking your NFT, you're just using the information on your NFT. And then that's what goes through the engine of the duel system. So like your NFTs are never really locked up or utilized in like
Right.
in the case with a quest or a bridge or something like that.
So you're more concerned about like a transfer or a staking function.
Yeah,
right?
I'm honestly really nervous to see how a bridge with 2 NFTs tied together is going to work.
Well, can we just talk about for a second how crazy that is?
Yeah, it's legitimately insane to me.
I feel like a year and a half ago, I heard people throughout, not just DFK, but like all of the NFT crypto Twitter people that I'd follow were talking about how, they needed to make ways to bridge NFTs and have it be recognizable, but also still, unique on the other side. And then here we are, and DFK is ready. Like they've already got that thing set. Synapse, great partner. Shout out to them. I mean, from everything I understand, they were instrumental in helping with that. But now they have the next layer, the one layer deeper, which I actually would love to bring on someone from the team specifically to talk about this, because the ability to add another NFT to one and then still have them be transferable across these chains, I think really opens up. This is going to nerd me out and lose half my audience, but I don't care. It's really going to open up the ability for like an actual property title record system on chain, because, property title sounds super easy. It's just, do you own this piece of land? But in actuality, it's very complicated because, yes, well, you own it, but the city actually has a subsurface easement for this pipe, for your sewers. And, there's also all these other easements on these neighboring properties that impact yours. And if you're in the middle of a city, like God forbid, there's all sorts of stuff, like all these different encumbrances, they're called, on the property. And each one of those could just be a little, attachable NFT onto like one of these main property NFTs. And then if something goes wrong with the tech, there's an ability to transfer it to whatever chain, like say California, wants to have their title records on. I only say them because they're actually exploring it on Tezos blockchain for the DMV. Like they're trying to do car title.
That's super cool.
Yeah. So I think, the technology that DFK has built here is like, this is actual valuable technology that could change things that are very core and central to how we run things and make them much more efficient. Imagine not having to go to Notary Public. Everyone is their own Notary Public. It's signed by the by the cryptographically verified wallet. And so, yeah,
man, my Notary certification just got undervalued.
No, don't worry. I'm at least 20 years ahead of my death on this one.
No, but I totally understand what you're saying, man. This is actually super cool. This is like when people say like, oh, this seems like really futuristic stuff. Like that actually is like a potential. This is how future claim title will work.
Right.
It's like, what? Who owns this property? Oh, I do. Yeah, where's the deeds? Like right here. Okay, what's your OX?
Literally, here's my.
Where's your ledger?
No, like let's just have our RFIDs in our phones beep for a second, and your phone will tell you. No, I don't have to tell you anything. Your phone will tell you that I own this property.
I wonder how possession's going to come into that now.
Oh well, I mean, it's really easy actually. Like if it's a bearer asset, it includes the definition, or included in the definition of a bearer asset is something that you are the only one who knows the code to.
Oh, right. So it would be like password. Dude, could you? All right. So like there's those wallets out there that have like millions and millions and millions of dollars of Bitcoin on them, but like they're lost because the passwords are lost.
Yes.
Could you imagine that with property?
I mean, with property, there's actually a function for that. So if people just like, I assume you're talking about real property, like land. Right?
Yeah.
So you are legally allowed to take someone else's land. It's just really hard to do. And it's basically meant for that exact situation, though. Think of it as a statute of limitations on trespassing. So
right. How do you issue a statute of limitations on the blockchain?
Chain? No, yeah. I mean, arguably, that's one of the weaknesses of it. But I think, me and proponents of this technology would say that's one of the strengths. I know that this reminds me, oddly, of a Bogside chats from ages ago, I think, about land and how I think Maddie was basically arguing that people who have abandoned their land in Serendale should like have it taken from them. Like the team should just issue new land. Yeah, basically. and I was just like, Maddie's out here being the most lawyer person of all. Just adverse possession of crypto land is what he's advocating for here. But I think your point's really well made. Like, what if it's just lost, or what if the keys are lost? So I do think anything that was like going to be a government records, it would have to have like that recall ability that USDC has, or that freeze and hold ability. Because I mean, that's what I would expect any kind of government system to have. But like the benefit of having these free market kind of crypto systems is that someone can come in and plug in what they need onto it, and then that way they can do what they need and have those functions that they need, and that doesn't mean everyone else can't.
Very interesting stuff coming on here. Like, are we a step closer to Skynet?
Well, I think the Skynet thing is here's my very nihilistic view on it, and why it's kind of how I learned to stop caring and love the bomb is I am not an AI alignment researcher. I am not an AI developer. I hardly understand the tools to make a game of Pong in C++, much less, a self-autonomous conscious being on a digital being. But if that ever comes to exist, like, I have no chance of impacting it, whether that comes to exist either way. So, no reason to worry about it. It's out of my control. Very fate aspect right there.
You're not outside every day training to fight the cyborgs that are coming?
I mean, by hypothesis, I can't fight them, because if they're at least as good as the current, local beat cop, then I'm probably pretty screwed anyway.
I'm already pretty done.
Yeah, like, I don't have gator training. I get a little uncomfortable as soon as we start getting above 73. Okay, like,
dang.
No, I'm exaggerating on that last one.
Isn't that winter?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, summer is terrible. Thus the paleness.
Oh my god, I totally get it. I am absolutely like paper white, because I'm a native Floridian. You know what I mean? I've lived here my entire life. Like, I know the sun's here to kill me.
Yeah, there you go. You do know that's just cold hard facts. Undeniable.
It's true. It's like you go from indoors to car to back to indoors. If there's air conditioning, you're safe.
Safe, yeah, safe from the humidity for a while. Am I right?
Oh my god.
Oh,
don't even get me started on the humidity, man.
well, so I have a funny story. I went to golf in North Carolina last year sometime, and I had to call it after hole 12 and huck it back to the, what's the word I'm looking for? The clubhouse, because I was 100% confident that if I attempted to hit another ball, I was going to pass right out right then from heat exhaustion or something, because I just can't handle the humidity. I mean, I blame my friend. He literally sent us there. I learned later that at the most humid time of the year, because it was the cheapest, which now I understand why, right? Like,
that's exactly right too.
Yeah. So, you win some, you lose some, but at least choosing to opt out of continuing to golf, I think, was probably the best decision I made that entire trip.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
We're just not coming into season of like 100% humidity for 7 straight months. And it's really cool too, because like it just gives you thunderstorms every single day.
No, that is cool. I do like thunderstorms a lot.
Yeah, they're bad. I actually live in the lightning capital of the world, or at least the United States, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so that's cool. The Thunder Basin, as it were.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good turn of phrase. It's pretty sweet.
I think I took it from an ancient video game. it came to mind way too easily. It feels.
Yeah, what is that from? I gotta find it now. I gotta find it.
Oh man. All right. Well, those are the main points I had to want to talk about tonight. Let me check my notes here. Oh, yeah, I talked about the Mythic Squad summoning strategy. You're not going for mutations in the pit. You're going for the pass-throughs. I'm not saying don't go for mutations in the pit. You're welcome to do that. That's how I got my only spell bow. But that's generally not, what Mythic Squad's going for. So if that's what you think so,
I do want to ask you a question on that route too.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the strategy where it is take 2 of the same thing, of same rarity, same class, that don't have stones on it, and just put a stone on it?
That is one of my favorite strategies, yes, that I've seen people do.
I haven't tried it yet. I'm really scared of it.
I haven't tried it yet either. Like I don't see. I agree that these are the ways to make the tippy top heroes, but I think at this point we're arguing like it's a degree of like 0.5% better. You know, like that's the point we're getting up to, at least theoretically.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas like I've seen people like shit on getting a mythic when it's like just because it's not stoned, which like I get it. I'm not being stoned. I get where the myth squad's coming from. Like I would rather buy one that has a stone than one without a stone, especially if they're like about equivalent value. Sure, that makes 100% sense. But if you like have a mythic or a legendary, like I think don't get down on it just because it's not perfect, right? It's still a really good hero. It's still going to put you way, way above the average.
Oh,
if
yeah.
Have you checked out the DFK Today numbers? I love showing these on like just the hero population.
Oh, yeah. I love looking at that stuff. Shout out to Christian Peter, right?
Mad shout out to Christian Peter on that one because the guy is a mad genius. It's my favorite destination, really, for just the quick hero stats or hero population stats. I might have to go wide, though, with my window. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we have less than 10,000 mythics. So if we ever get to a point where in the near future where we had like 1,000 people playing this game, those would get really tight, really fast, way faster than it sounds. We've got 3,000 new rares since I last looked last week. So going up there, uncommons are about to break the 200K threshold. I bet you that happens before the weekend. Commons about to break 350. So interesting here. So total dead 162, total alive 519. All right. That looks like the summoning event did have some impact, though, the dark summoning event. So that dead number did kind of go up quite a bit.
And we were back under 600,000?
Yeah. Well, no, we were under 600,000 before. Our total is at 681. It's just the alive, I think, was under 600,000 before. It's gone down, I think.
Hot damn. Ooh, I did do I figured out I was doing something stupid earlier today, and I had my power-ups going on. I was like, I'm going to click on my manage power-ups. I'm sure I've got some stuff that's not like correct. I've bridged some people over, and I want to like take some people off of my power-ups.
Yes.
And I noticed that I had dead heroes that were still getting the power-up allotment. I was like, what's wrong with me?
Wowee! That's very well played. I can't blame you, man. I've basically every time I sell a hero, I'm selling it with the power up still turned on because I just never pay attention. I always go back like once every 2 weeks to look at them. So lazy.
They're always in this ledger, in the power ups ledger.
Right.
They gone but never forgotten. Gone but never forgot to pay for it.
Oh shit. Yeah. Well, I mean, as soon as someone cracks the private key for the burn wallet, they're all going to be resurrected, right?
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Dude, imagine if someone did that on Ethereum. It would be absurd. I've heard the crazy stories I've heard about people accidentally sending like millions of dollars to the burn wallet because of just like user error. Oh, it's so bad. It's kind of crazy. Have you heard those stories about that kind of stuff happening?
Yeah. I mean, we even have smaller examples just in our own little ecosystem. Like I've seen some people who like are semi-new to the game, or sometimes when they're just like still getting their feet wet, and it's like, okay, I sent you the crystal for this thing or for a stone that I'm trying to buy from you, right? He's like, I didn't get anything. It's like, oh, I sent it to the burn wallet. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Absurd. Speaking of burning stuff, I'm at the Ultrasound Money website. I have a call to arms for someone who has more skill and simultaneously more time than I do, which I know is a tall order. So I want someone to make me a version of this website, but for DFK Chain and Joule. So basically it shows the ETH supply since the merge before. I think they've had to move the graph out. But like since the merge, it's burned a bunch of ETH, and it lets you simulate proof of work. And so it would have gotten this much ETH since the merge with proof of work. That much would have been issued, but instead we're down here. Crazy. I would love to see one of these for Joule, because Joule is now a deflationary asset, right? And a little bit's getting burned all the time. I know that as someone trying to market this game, sometimes to crypto people and trying to talk to them about it, if I had something like this to just send into, I could say, look, dude, Jewel is deflationary. Here's all you need to know. Go play with this website. Check it out. Look at the stats. It would be cool. It shows like what the gas fees were. Imagine, like, I know for ETH, this stuff is like, we're like, people are stoked that we're burning so much. So they're happy with the high gas fees, which is kind of, backwards to some people. But on ours, it could be used to show maybe that, like, look how low the gas fees are. Let's compare that to ETH. And it'll just be like, wow, like fraction in the bucket, right?
Yeah, this is super cool. I'd love to see something like this for Jewel.
Yeah. You have here the supply peak and then boo, going down. Like something like this would be awesome. It doesn't need to have all this stuff, right? The people have put over a year into making this website. But even just like this kind of thing, just to show people, look, here's a line on a screen showing it's deflationary. Now you have to believe me because it's crypto.
Because there's a graph. You have to believe me.
It is facts. Tis facts.
Look at this chart I made. Isn't it neat?
Look at this chart. Isn't it neat? Oh,
there's something there. There's something there.
Yeah, it's called The Little Mermaid.
No, I mean, like, there's a good parody right there.
Oh, you're right.
For NFT bros.
Well, I mean, I have a pretty good song about NFT bros coming out. The hook goes, laser sounds, NFTs make money.
That's perfect.
I'm very happy about it.
Greatest NFT commercial I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, you know what's his name? Matty Pask. You might know him. Have you ever met Matty Pask?
Is that the lawyer guy?
Yeah.
I heard of him.
Definitely misspelled pest. Anyway, yeah, that guy. He is the vocalist on that song that he's aware of, but he doesn't know the full extent of. I'm pretty sure it's done right now. I think I'm going to post it later this week, but I'm very excited about it.
I love it.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he's talking about GameFi and how GameFi is in this weird-ass trend that's going down, but it's like bullshit. Basically just clipping everything he said. And you're next on the chopping block. Although, I mean, I did not anticipate the DFK slogan coming out, so that kind of blindsided me. And then I did not anticipate Starbucks getting me those clips so fast. So I might do that first because recording the clips is the most annoying part of it, but also the most fun. So I really want to take the time and do that for yours. But I also want to do this Command Your Legion, Claim Your Legacy.
Hey man, you're an artist. You got to go with your gut. You got to follow your heart.
That's
I totally
true.
get it, man.
That's true. I want to give I'm pretty proud of myself. My Sergeant Filthy song within a week is not only the most played song on the Luke Ethwalker Audius page, but it is also the most played song by like 5 or 6 times my second place song, which is crazy. I think I just got a retweet from someone with a lot of followers, basically like a repost. But here's what's concerning, and I want you to tell me if I should be concerned about this part of it. It's got, last I checked, like just over 500 plays, but still only that one like and that one repost.
Oh, we got to pump those numbers. We got to pump those numbers up here. Post it in chat.
Real quick. So the problem is I don't expect anyone here to actually help me pump these numbers because it's Audius. It's just some weird thing. I highly doubt most people have an account. But I will still post it. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know what that is. Boom. Here we go. Boom.
I will be honest. I don't think I haven't heard of Audius outside of yours.
No, like seriously, that's what I'm saying. I use it as a place to like. It's like SoundCloud for crypto. Is like kind of what it's trying to be. You've heard of SoundCloud?
Oh, that's kind of badass.
Right. It seemed that way when I first signed up, but I'm like, I'm at the point now where I kind of want to post my music on Spotify, which I can do. There's like definitely stuff set up where I just kind of put in an application to this third party, and then they act as my label for purposes of listing things on Spotify. I just worry about doing that and like giving away my rights and stuff.
I mean, that's what we all love the most, right?
I know, and I really shouldn't be worried about it.
I'm trying to create an account right now saying my passwords don't match. Yes, they do. I typed it in twice.
They do apparently have sign in with Ethereum. I've showed it to one person over the last 2 years who thought that was cool. They let you use a wallet, or they used to at least. I don't know. They Audius kind of converted from an ETH project to a Sol project when the gas fees got too crazy on ETH because they launched before everything really took off and before gas fees were high to begin with. Skillers listen to all of them. The man. No, I see. And that's the thing. I think there's a bunch of people in the DFK community who like listen to them, but don't have audience accounts. So it's like, I can't really be upset about that, about not having the likes. The plays is the most important thing, honestly. This is the second most played track I've ever released. The first most played is one that I released in college that was mostly, I will honestly say, primarily made by my partner at the time. And I had a DJ duo partner. We would just bang out nightclubs in Hollywood. It was sweet. And he made this song called What's Gucci. And it was like, it got up to like 1,100, 1,200 plays, I think, before we had to shut down the page because he became a teacher and he became aware that his high school students were listening to this song we made, which did involve references to things that I think you wouldn't, as a high school teacher, want your high school students knowing you did, if you catch my drift. And like, take that broadly. I mean many things. But yeah, that was so. It's been my secret goal to catch up there, and just this guy, rando dude, reposted it, got a ton of plays. So I'm very happy about that. Shout out to Luke Ethwalker, whoever that may be.
He's a pretty cool guy. I see him here and there, posting some stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, he posted some good stuff. It was some weird sarcastic takes. Yeah. So should I do another one? You think? Should I do another one just to close out?
Hell yeah! You got you sanctified the sat with the sacrifice to get your mythic to start it off, and now you've got to get another mythic to send it off. You know
I think that just sounds right.
Yeah, it's just exactly right. You got to go with the beats when you live in the rhythm, right?
Mm-hmm. Go with the beats when you live in the rhythm. Let your body feel the movement before you hear it.
Hell yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. You know, I once had Lionel Richie as a guest lecturer at one of my classes. It was pretty cool.
No way.
He said, keep your eye on the prize, but your perspective's wide. So think about the many roads that you can take to get to your destination. Don't lock yourself into any one of those roads, and be willing to fork off if you need to from one to another. But if you always keep your eye on the prize and your perspective wide, you'll make it to where you want to be.
That's pretty badass, man. I'm a changed man.
It was cool. It was one of the only college lectures that I actually remember, like, some of the verbatim things that he said, you know?
That's badass, dude. We got Lionel Richie to come in.
Dude, yeah. I may have gone to a school in an artsy town, as they say. Artsy, near Hollywood, where I already said earlier that I was, kind of artsy. What was I looking for earlier? Paladins and Dark Knights? All right, I feel like this time I got to go with Summoner and Ninja, right? Just to balance it out.
Hell yeah, man.
And then rarity, rare. Apply that. Oh, wait. I did something wrong. I did subclass. Classic.
Oh, my God. The subclass. Oh, I do that so... I swear to God, I do that at least 3 times a week.
Well, it's because I scroll up from the bottom, right? Approve. What is this approved business?
When you got to go for the refresh. Sometimes this happens to me, too.
Yeah, it's aggravating. People just probably unlisting their heroes from the floor knowing we're about to buy them.
They know.
Yeah, let's jack up the price 10%. Quick. I would. I bought a hero that Fran said he wanted to buy just because I heard him say he bought it and I was listening. He wanted to buy it and I was listening live. I was like, thank you.
God.
That's a really good call out. I appreciate you, Franz. Shout out to Franz and Guy Kid, Drink Sergeant. That's still my favorite joke. I say it out loud to myself a lot.
Oh, every single time.
It's bad. My wife is beginning to question it. I'm like, I don't really have a good argument with you, man, but you're right on this one. I can't stop.
That's something I've been wanting to ask for a long time. It's like, how does Mrs. Intern, she's got to hear these things and be like, what kind of wizardry are you talking about?
Yeah.
Or is she in there summoning too?
No, she is not. So she is very kind of stubborn, I would say. And risk averse, I would also say. So crypto and trying to get her into crypto generally has been a struggle that I have not succeeded in. But I have succeeded in getting to this middle ground where totally cool with me doing whatever I want in crypto, and just doesn't want to take the time to learn about it herself.
Gotcha.
So that's where I am. But I think, one day I'm going to get her down the rabbit hole, get her in, and we'll be there. But it's going to take a while. I know some people I've got her to the point where she's wearing a DFK sweatshirt in public because this is not a paid show. This is not a product placement. It is the softest sweatshirt she owns. The DFK Tri-Token hoodie is the softest sweatshirt that my wife, who has at least 20 blankets that are from like one of the most ridiculously expensive blanket stores I've ever seen. She owns that, and she says that sweatshirt is the softest. So shout out to the DFK merch team. Shout out Pie Face. You did a dang good job on that sweatshirt. My wife, who has no emotional connection to DFK whatsoever, loves it.
That was the best commercial I've ever heard for DFK merch. That was fantastic. They really should be sponsoring you.
Well, one day it'll be as if they sponsored me and I was just lucky the whole time.
Right.
One day. I need to get my tiers. Forgot about that. It's not a big deal, though. Tiers are cheap these days, right, guys? Are tiers cheap? I think so. Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, they tick down pretty hard.
Actually, not terrible timing on this. I did not expect that joke to land so accurately.
Yeah, what a candle. Yikes.
Yeah. It's all right. It all looks bad on the 1 hour. That's one of the things I learned. If you ever want a good screenshot for Twitter, just go to the 1 hour and move it wherever you want. You pretty much get something that looks however you want to paint it. But you are the options trader, right? How does that play into your crypto analysis, your previous work on the desk?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's really hard, right? So, like, TA in itself, when working with options, is always difficult because, like, the most important thing you could possibly see is volume. And this is not financial advice to literally anyone out there, because I'm talking about these things for real. But I mean, when you do technical analysis for like the market, you've got a lot of backbone, right? There's qualitative, there's quantitative, and in crypto, that's both a mixed bag. Like, you got your quantitative, but your qualitative analysis is like it's hanging on by a thread in the best cases. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's so
I understand.
hard to like gauge literally anything. I mean, I'm probably stepping on Grady's toes right here because I mean, I hear him talk all the time. It's like, you got to find the right project, you got to find the right people, you got to hear their why, right? And it's just like that's the Grady qualitative analysis, which I love. But I mean, for me, as like an old school, or trained at least old school options trader, that's like purely volume RSI, I mean, this is the most nerve-wracking environment I could possibly think of for anyone who's in the financial sector at all.
Well, there you have it. That is why the institutions have not bought in yet, because they are scared.
I mean, wasn't it Argentina that like bought in, like,
I think it was El Salvador.
El Salvador? Yeah, they bought in a ton of Bitcoin pretty much at the top.
Yeah, no, they did the sailor strategy, but without the beginning part where he bought, well, it was still cheap too.
Oh god. Like, I heard about that and I was like, oh no, please just keep going up higher.
Yeah, no, I was like, for the people of El Salvador, I was really praying more so than for myself at that point.
Oh my god, did we get another downgrade?
Yeah, we got not only a downgrade, but like totally off base. This is a seer out of a ninja and a summoner.
Oh my god.
All right. Drome Grizztalock. I'm not surprised it's a Gardner. That's what I basically expect, buying off the absolute floor. But all good. Still good off that thief, even if I undercut the floor. So
yeah,
still overall a great night for summons. Got some good, rug video clips for later. I'm gonna throw those out there. But yeah,
start off in the next season.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you're right. I should break them up into seasons, because doing them every day got to the point where it was like just tough to remember.
Right.
Because like, oh shit, I thought I did one last night. Was that after midnight? Did I do two the day before? I don't know. I just have to throw them up whenever I think about it, and whenever I do my Gen 0 summons, which happens tomorrow.
Nice.
My next one happens tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. But yeah, do you have anything that you wanted to talk about while you have a platform, an audience?
a platform or an audience? I mean, I don't think so, man. Like, you guys can come find me, and I'm all over the place. I don't post that much, but I am very responsive if I get poked. So if anyone wants to reach out to me on Discord or on Twitter, or if they want to go live and they just want to start screaming WowE for a while, I'll probably show up.
Cool. Perfect. So yeah, WowE responds to the pokes, ladies and gentlemen. That's the main thing. I respect that call because I'm very similar. I think it's that ADD kind of mind. If
100%.
Out of the front of the notification screen, out of mind.
100%. Yeah. If I'm not being prompted, I forget it exists.
Yeah, absolutely. I get that. Well, everyone, thank you all for coming. WowE, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. And I'm going to sign off with a little bit of music, I hope, that people can hear. That I'm just going to start now.
Is on this,
then I'm going to turn off the camera.
That's going down.
Yeah,
It's
talk
like
to you later.
bullshit. Like, we're trying to do this like so fucking cool. This idea of like gaming and adding blockchain to it to create a.
Oh, I blew it. I blew it. Wait. I blew it.
Floor heroes are $1. Who gives a shit?
That was bad.
Who gives a shit? Own items. Fucking battle in the world. It gets me so fucking excited. Everybody who's in right now is like all for it, and then the people who are outside of it just aren't educated. Who gives a shit? Own items. Fucking battle in the world. It gets me so fucking excited. Like, I want the best hero no matter what. I'm burning a sage. I'm burning a dragoon. I'm like doing it. I don't care. It's like laser sound. NFTs make money. NFTs, laser sound, make money. NFTs, laser sound, NFTs make money. NFTs, laser sound, laser sound, make money. NFTs, laser sound, Like, that's not what's going on here. It's all of GameFi. It's not even TFK. Like, people who are nervous about GameFi in general because it's a bear, because it's this weird new industry of like obnoxiousness and annoying YouTubers. Floor heroes are $1. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Own items. Fucking battle in the world. It gets me so fucking excited. Everybody who's in right now is like all for it, and then the people who are outside of it just aren't educated. Who gives a shit? Own items. Fucking battle in the world. It gets me so fucking excited. Like, I want the best hero no matter what. I'm burning a sage. I'm burning a dragoon. I'm like doing it. I don't care. It's like laser sound. NFTs make money. NFTs, laser sound, make money. NFTs, laser sound, NFTs make money. NFTs, laser sound, make money. NFTs, laser sound, make money. NFTs, laser That's the beauty of the game.